Hi guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Kook Shed, my own little YouTube channel where I share tips and handy things that I think might help you in the world of surfing, bodyboarding and even skateboarding, and I throw in the odd review here and there as well. So today we're going to talk about surfboard repair, repairing dings on your surfboard. Now from time to time you might need to do a repair on your board to save some money instead of getting it done professionally if it's just a small one. So you might be able to repair it yourself, especially if you surf somewhere that's quite crowded or has a lot of rocks, a reef break or things like that that might damage your board. So when it comes to ding repair, small ding repair we're talking about, you can get yourself some resin from surf shops that can help you repair cracks and dings and things like that. So today I'm going to share my experiences with this one here, this board repair material. It's called Dura Resin. Dura Resin. It's spelled with an S. The resin is spelled with an S on this one, but I've seen them with a Z as well, or a Z if you're in the US. It's actually made in the US, and this is my second tube, and I've found that it works really well. I also like, there's plenty of brands out there, plenty of types of ding repair resin. I also use ocean and earth resin, but one thing I've found is I need to buy two separate resins when I buy some other brands like Ocean and Earth, which I love. Ocean and Earth is one of the last of the original surf brands that's still holding on. It hasn't sold out to big corporate companies and they're still going, so I've got a lot of respect for them. But this one, it saves me buying two separate tubes. So this one works on epoxy boards and PU boards, the traditional style of board. Usually you would have to buy two separate tubes depending on your different board types, because using the wrong type of ding repair filler can actually damage your board. So if you use an epoxy resin on a PU board, it will actually damage it. It can actually put a hole straight through the deck of your board, or it's not good. So as a general rule, don't mix up your resins between each board, between each board type I should say. And this resin has actually helped me solve that problem. I'm not always having to check what resin I've got, whether it's an epoxy or a PU. This one actually covers both, so already you're saving money, and you're not running the risk of damaging your board if you accidentally pick up the wrong one to fix a ding. Another thing I like about this is it's actually got fibre in it from fiberglass. It's got actual little shards of fibre in the resin itself. Now that actually acts to strengthen the resin once it's set. And as far as I know, I could be wrong, as far as I know, it's one of the only ones that has the fiberglass flex in it. So I believe it's a stronger type of resin. I haven't done extensive tests, but yeah, I think, well, if it's in there and it's making it a stronger bond or a repair, well, you can't go wrong with that. So it's it's cured with UV light. So that means you need to have the board out in the sun to cure the resin. So it's the same story as normal. Make sure your ding or your board is dry, and I would say I would allow at least a week out of the water if possible to really make sure there's no moisture in the crack or the ding. You might not have that much time. If so, maybe a couple of days in the sun or somewhere warm to allow that water to evaporate out. But generally, as a rule, yeah, I'd go at least a week out of the water, more preferably, to make sure that the resin has a nice dry bond. Yeah. So another thing, it says here that it cures in minutes. Right. A lot of them say that. Now, from my experience, they don't cure in 2 minutes or whatever they claim. Now, I don't know whether that's due to the strength of the sunlight or where I live. I don't know, but I would recommend, if you're going to put some resin on your board to seal it, I wouldn't plan on surfing that board that day, that's for sure. I would definitely want to make sure that that resin has set, so it doesn't fail, or it doesn't get sand in it, or you don't want moisture getting in there if it's not sealed yet. So I would definitely leave it a good while before taking your board out once you've sealed it. So pretty good value to these. I've used this one. This is the very first one I got. It's a little one. It's called a Super Mini by Dura Resin, and this lasted a very, very long time. Actually, I've done many repairs with this. You don't need a whole lot. Well, maybe it's just because my dings haven't been that big or something, but you don't need a whole lot. A little bit goes a long way. So this is only just running out. I think I've had this over a year or more. So yeah, good value. Now, if you're looking to go buy some, sometimes, I don't know, I'm a big advocate on saving money where you can. You don't need to blow a lot of money just to enjoy your surfing lifestyle. So it pays to sort of be a bit smart with where you shop and how you shop and when you buy things and stuff like that. So this one's around $20 Australian. But I was shopping around on eBay, actually, I think it was. I was shopping around on eBay to buy another one because I was so happy with it and I've just run out. And I found this bigger one. It was much bigger, almost, yeah, it was twice as much resin. And it had this deal where if you use Afterpay to pay for it, you save $10. So it ended up actually being around the same price as this little one, if not a little bit cheaper actually. So definitely look around and try and save money where you can, and you might be able to grab a big one for the price of a little one if you're cluey enough. Yeah, so it comes. This is the back of the package. That's what to look for, on the shelves in the surf shop or when you're shopping online or whatever. Now it comes with, it's a ding repair kit, this one. So it comes with a few things that's quite handy that can help you fix your board yourself. So it comes with a little bit of sandpaper, a little rectangle of sandpaper, and there's a quite a rough side with a lower number of granules, and a smoother side with a larger number of finer granules. So you would use the rough side to initially rough up the surface of the board around the ding that you wish to repair, and then you would go and smooth it out with the other side. Now, some people prefer to wet their sandpaper, their fine sandpaper, like wet and dry. They prefer to do that. It stops the excess powder from going into the ding and going and breathing it in and things like that. And it doesn't scratch the board. It's not as abrasive when there's a little bit of water to soften the grinding, the sanding. So you may wish to put a little bit of water on that before you use it. Personal choice. Just try what works for you, what you prefer doing, and what gets the better results. But I would recommend, if you want to play it safe first, wet the sandpaper a little bit. I think that can only be a good thing. And if you don't like the results, if it's not sanding strong enough, well then you can use a dry piece and go from there. But it's totally up to you how you want to do that. It also comes, the kit also comes with some little application paddle pop sticks. You can use your finger too if you like. I've just used my finger before to sort of just get the resin into the ding. Once again, it's totally personal preference, but these are here to help you if you need them. Another cool thing that the kit comes with is you get a couple of these plastic sheets. Now, I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but they're just basically little squares, or sorry, rectangles of clear plastic. So once you've put the resin into the ding or around the ding or however you need to fix the damage, you can lay this on top and it will create a sort of smooth surface once you press it down on there, and the sun can still cure the repair through the clear plastic. The UV will still cure it, and it will also stop like things getting in there, foreign objects. Like if you've got it out in the sun to cure, which you need to unless you've got a UV light for some reason, it stops bugs getting in there while it's still tacky, and stops dirt and all sorts of things getting in your resin before it sets. So yeah, that's really handy. It can be tricky if you're on a rail of the board. If it's curved, you might have to come up with some method to get it to sort of hug the rail of the board to get that nice rounded edge that you want. And then once it's dry, you can just sort of slowly peel that off. It'll just pop off, and you might want to then give it just another little fine sand, any rough edges that you might have put on there, or things like that. So you review your repair, and you might even need to reapply the Dura Resin depending on how big the repair is. But generally you shouldn't need to if you've done it right. So yeah, it was just a quick one today. I thought I'd just share my experience with this stuff. If you have your own surfboard repair resin that you like to use, that you have found is really good, let us know. Let everyone else know in the Kook Shed community, because yeah, we're all here to learn and get more out of our surfing. So yeah, it's called Dura Resin Mondo Fiber Fill, this one. This was Dura Resin Ding Repair. So the packaging might change, but as long as it's Dura Resin, yeah, I think you can't go wrong. Also, yes, the Ocean and Earth stuff, the PU and the epoxy is great, but it doesn't have the fiberglass added into it like this one. So at the moment, my money is on this for now, and I'll use it. This is a huge tub, and so I think it's going to last me a long time. Knock on wood. I've also used it. You know, you would have seen by now that I like firewire boards. I've been using a lot of firewire boards, and I found this actually works well with the TimberTech. There's been a couple of little things I've needed to repair on TimberTech boards, and this works with that. It doesn't damage them. It's not an eco resin like what is originally on the firewire TimberTechs, but it works. It doesn't damage it, so go for it. You're free to use this with your firewire TimberTech boards. I've even used this to repair a fin. I've damaged a fin on some rocks, and I've used this stuff to patch it up at the base, and it didn't damage the fins. So there you go. Alright, well, hopefully you found this review helpful. If you have found it helpful, just click like. If you've got any other tips and techniques with surfboard repair that you want to share with us, let us know in the comments. And if you want to see more reviews and tips and things like that related to surfing, bodyboarding and some skating, just hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping in here on Kook Shed. Catch ya.